All right, welcome back to another game of Precision Baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of Precision Baseball. And in this game, we're going to continue our 2003 opening day replay with the Cleveland Indians and the Baltimore Orioles. This will be played at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. There is a 7-foot fence in left field, left center, center field, right center, and then a 21-foot wall in right field. So no robbing home runs if it goes to right field, but anything else, we have an opportunity to rob the home runs. So let's get into this one, and we'll set our pitching stamina here. The pitching matchup is CC Sabathia for Cleveland and Rodrigo Lopez for the Orioles. Sabathia, a recent Hall of Fame inductee. And we get started with Milton Bradley, Omar Vizquel, and Matt Lawton against Rodrigo Lopez. Lopez a -1 against righties, a 0 against lefties. He had about a 4.75 or so FIP, 480, and overall 4.14 against right-handers. He'll be facing off against Milton Bradley. Bradley is a switch hitter. He had about a 900 OPS in 2003. So Bradley batting left-handed, he is going to be a 1-13 for control. So a 924, this comes off Bradley's card. 924 against a righty is going to be a double, and right off the bat, there's a little blooper down the left field line as Milton Bradley reaches out and pokes it down the line. He's going to wind up at second base with a leadoff double. Next up is Omar Vizquel. Vizquel also batting left-handed. He's going to be a 1-12 for control. So this comes off his card. 703 against a right-hander is going to be a walk. So we fill in the base behind Vizquel, and that brings up Matt Lawton. Lawton, the left fielder. Lawton against righties, 270 average, 822 OPS. He will be a 1-14 for control. So this is off his card. 378, and 378 will be a fly ball. That goes out to left field, and potential error in left field, 138. The left fielder is Surhoff. He's a 0, so he's going to make the catch out in left field. So we'll call that F7. Let's check the depth. So runners at first and second, 581. That's going to be into the red. So not deep enough to try to advance. And so we've got 1 out and 2 on, and it'll be Ellis Burks. Burks, a longtime Boston Red Sox. And this at bat, he's going to be a 1-8. It is an 8. So an 854 comes off his card. That's going to be a base hit, as he hits a line drive to the opposite field. That goes to the right fielder. Everyone's going to move up. Let's check out the running for Milton Bradley. Bradley is a -3. I'm assuming in this replay everyone is normal. I'm not actually checking their aggressiveness, so we're just running everybody off the normal. -3 to right field. That's going to be a hold. So we have the bases loaded with 1 out. Going to keep the infield back here and try to play for 2. In fact, we're going to have them at double play depth, which, if we look in our book, double play depth. Trying to remember where the defensive strategies are. I think they're at the very back. Yeah. So double play depth here, you can see that means that the DP rating gets a +2 for the second baseman and the shortstop. Any ground ball that's hit between third and short or second and first turns into a single. That mostly comes from highlight plays. And any ground ball single up the middle becomes a ground ball play result. So That means we sort of squeeze the defense up the middle, but we give up more base hits in between the fielders. So worth the chance, and let's do that. We'll put him at double play depth, trying to get out of this one, and it is Kareem Garcia playing right field in this one. He's a left-hander, and he is going to be a 1-10 for control, so it's 556. 556 against the lefty for Rodrigo Lopez is a strikeout, and that's a big K, as he's trying to prevent this run from any runs from scoring. He's got bases loaded. And Travis Hafner to the plate. Hafner also a lefty. He's going to be a 1-11 for control. So this comes off the pitcher. 0-63 will be a ground ball. That goes to second base. It's picked up by the second baseman, so let's see what happens. A 572 with 2 outs is going to be a 4-3 put out. Let's see if he makes the throw. 192 is a possibility of a bad throw here. The second baseman is Jerry Hairston. Hairston is a 0. A 198 is no error on the throw. So we're going to go 4-3 on the put out. That's the third out of the inning. And because if no runs scored when the bases are loaded, you get a +1 there. So we're going to keep him. He gets -1 for the batter, +1 for the extra, whatever he did. So one of those little things, it's a psychological boost to have the bases loaded and get out of it. So we get to the bottom of the first. No score. This would be Jerry Hairston, Gary Matthews Jr., and B.J. Surhoff against C.C. Sabathia. This will come off the batter card, 188. Against the lefty is going to be a grounder, 735. That ground ball goes to the third baseman, picked by the third baseman, and good throw across the diamond. That is going to be Casey Blake with the throw, and that's out number 1. Gary Matthews to the plate. Matthews is a switch hitter. He's hitting right-handed, so he will be a 1-8 for control. It's off of Sabathia, 798. It is going to be a hit off the pitcher card. That'll be a single, and that is a ground ball into left field, as Gary Matthews turns on one and hits it into right field for a single. Matthews at first base. He runs at a 3. He only steals at a 0, so not a huge opportunity here. Sabathia good at holding runners. The catcher, Josh Bard, has a 3, so you're going to have to be at least a 5 stealing in order to get back to a 0. So that's not a great opportunity to steal today. It's American League anyway. B.J. Surhoff to the plate. Left-handed batting left fielder. He is going to be a 1-9 for control. It's off his card. 879 against a lefty will be a base hit. And we have a line drive into right center field. That's going to be picked up by the center fielder. Sorry. And that's important because we need to check base running sometimes. So we have a +3 into right center field. He's going first to third. So he's in this column. Right center field, that's going to be an advance for a runner of that speed. So he goes first to third. And no need to even check the throw. So runners at the corners after Surhoff laces one into right center field. Brings up Jeff Conine. Conine to the plate. Against lefties, he's a +2. Sabathia -2, so they're even Steven. 748 though. Against a right-hander, 748 is going to be a walk. So not a great start here for Sabathia as he loads the bases. Both pitchers having a little bit of a hard time here in the first inning. Maybe a cold day in Baltimore, getting everything warmed up. Jay Gibbons to the plate. We're going to play everything at double play depth again. See if we can get a little +2 on the double play. Lefty, -2, +2, they're even up. So a 356 for Sabathia is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to shortstop. So that's a pop up to short. And that'll be caught by the shortstop. So big out there as Sabathia gets Jay Gibbons to pop up weakly to the shortstop. Tony Batista, with the bases loaded, has an opportunity to break this one open. No score so far as we're in the first inning. This will come off Batista's card. 224 though against a lefty is going to be a fly ball. That goes popped up to the third baseman. And the third baseman is going to squeeze it for the out. That's Casey Blake. So bases loaded. And then Sabathia gets a couple of pop-ups. That's going to, well, we'll leave it right there. So that's going to be, again, getting out of a bases loaded jam. So we'll leave it there. We head to the top of the second inning. Cleveland and Baltimore scoreless, tied at 0. As we head to the top of the second, Rodrigo Lopez will face off against Casey Blake, Josh Bard, and Brandon Phillips. Phillips, long time Cincinnati Red. Casey Blake is going to be a 1-11 for control. 208 against a righty is going to be a ground ball. That's hit out to second base, and we don't have anything on the triple there. So that's going to be a good play, well, a good pick. Let's see if he makes a throw. 171, possibility of an error on the throw. Harrison is a 0, and that's going to be a good throw to first. So low throw, but a good pick. And Casey Blake is out number 1. Josh Bard to the plate. This will come off Rodrigo Lopez's card. 998 is going to be a hit off the pitcher card. Oh boy. 963 against a righty. That's going to be a chance for a home run. So 15 is off the fair pole down the right field line as Josh Bard cranks one down the line. It stays fair, and that's going to be a 1-0 lead for Cleveland. As Josh Bard goes yard. Say that 10 times. And that'll bring up Brandon Phillips. We skipped him there. So that'll bring up Brandon Phillips to the plate, right-handed batter. He bats 1-8 for control. This comes off the pitcher, 127. That'll be a grounder. It goes out to second base. The pick is made. And a good throw to first. And that will be out number 2. So Phillips down on a grounder second. That brings up Milton Bradley. Bradley led off the game with a double. It's 1-0 Cleveland after the Josh Bard home run. This will come off Bradley's card. A 540 is going to be a walk. No, strikeout against a right-hander. So Bradley goes down on strikes. And that will be out number 3. But Cleveland puts one on the board. And it's now 1-0 Indians over the Orioles. Bottom of the second inning, we'll have Marty Cordova, Geronimo Gil, and Davy Cruz against CC Sabathia, the lefty. So Sabathia -2 against right-handers. Cordova -1. That makes him just a 1-7 to control the at-bat. So a 0.91 is going to be a grounder. That ground ball goes to the third baseman. Good pick at third. And the throw over to first is also good. So 5-3 on the putout as Casey Blake makes a good catch and throw over at third base to get Marty Cordova. Geronimo Gil to the plate. Gil against left-handers. 293 average. Just 658 OPS. Gil is going to be a 0 against lefties. Sabathia -2 against righties. So, still good there. Sorry, I blonked the thing. So 1-8 for control, 5-15. Maybe a strikeout. No, it's going to be a line drive. So that liner goes to center field. And 666. No, I really got to do something with the error on the catch. So that's going to be a line out to 8. Working on a new system for this game, by the way, for the all the ground balls, fly balls, line drives. So be rolling that out at some point, but it's far from completed. Next up is Davy Cruz. It's what I've envisioned all along for this game. A more kinetic fielding system. Davy Cruz to the plate. He's a +3 against lefties. Sabathia -2. So that makes him a 1-11. So 776 off of Davy Cruz's card is going to be a single into a single range. And Cruz with a little blooper down the right field line. He runs at a 0. And our right fielder is going to be a +1. So not going to chance going for 2 on that. So he's going to be at first base with 2 outs. 2-out single for Cruz. Jerry Hairston to the plate. He grounded out to third his first time up. He is going to be a 1-8 for control. That's a 9. So 168 for Sabathia is going to be a ground ball. That's a grounder to first base. Possible error. The first baseman is a -3, and a 0-15 on a -3 is a catch. So we got a runner at first, 746 with 2 outs. That's going to be a 3-1 put out as he tosses to the pitcher covering. That'll be out number 3. And we head to the top of the third inning, still 1-0 Cleveland over Baltimore, as Hairston grounds out to the first baseman for the third out. For Cleveland, it'll be Vizquel, Lawton, and Burks. Vizquel batting left-handed. He is a 1-12 to control. 684 against a righty is a walk. So Vizquel, 2 walks on the day. And Rodrigo Lopez, those are his only walks. He's got 2 walks and 2 strikeouts so far. Matt Lawton to the plate, a lefty. He's a 1-14 for control. It's a 13. So a 551 against a righty is a strikeout. Out number 1 as Lopez gets his 3rd K of the day. Ellis Burks to the plate. Burks is going to be a 1-8 to control. This will come off his card, 404. Got an error there. 404 for Burks is going to be a strikeout. So back-to-back Ks for Rodrigo Lopez. And that's helping his stamina. That's strikeout number 4. Only blemish on his card so far, the home run to Josh Bard. Banged it off the right field pole. But other than that, he's been pretty good. Lopez is going to be even Steven with Kareem Garcia. 279 will come off the batter. And that's going to be a fly ball. That's hit out to left field. And the catch is made in left. That's going to be the 3rd out, so no need to check any runner advancement. And in left field, Surhoff squeezes it for the 3rd out. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-0 is our score, Cleveland and Baltimore. It'll be Gary Matthews Jr., B.J. Surhoff, and Jeff Conine for the Birds. Matthews will be batting right-handed. He is going to be a 1-8. So 579 for Sabathia against a righty is a strikeout. Oop. Strikeout number 1, believe it or not, for CC. Big man. Big left-hander. Pitched for the Yankees. Pitched for the Indians. Pitched for the Brewers, I believe. So Sabathia against a lefty. He is going to be a 1-9 for control. So this comes off the pitcher. 134. He's pretty salty against lefties. Sub 3 FIP. I don't know what that was. We'll roll it again. 646 against a lefty. That's going to be a strikeout. I don't know if it was a strikeout before or not. I got to pay attention more than talk. And BJ Surhoff goes down on strikes. He's now 1 for 2 on the day. Conine with a walk in his first at-bat. He's standing up against CC Sabathia here. He is going to be even Steven with him. 337 against a lefty is going to be a line drive. And that goes to left field. Caught in left field. And that's going to be a 3-up, 3-down inning for Sabathia, as he gets Conine on a liner to left. And the 3-up, 3-down inning will give him the +1, so he doesn't move. And we head to the top of the 4th inning, 1-0. Good game here. Cleveland at Baltimore. Cleveland ahead on a Josh Bard home run back in the 2nd. Travis Hafner to the plate. Hafner is going to be a 1-11. So 345 for Hafner will be a line drive. And that liner goes to left field and caught in left for the out. That's out number 1. Just a reminder, you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com. You can purchase this season. You can also purchase the 2023 or 24 seasons for Precision Baseball, just $12. There's a lot of printing in this game. I realize that, so I want to keep the price low so that you can print everything out. You can see the cards are modern and nice looking, and all the components are, they're printed in color, but you'll only need to print them once. All right, Casey Blake. Blake a grounder to second in his first at bat. This time it's going to come off of Lopez's card. 297 against a righty is going to be a fly ball. That fly ball goes out to right field, and that's going to be caught in right field by Jay Gibbons in right. And the hometown crowd cheers. Rodrigo Lopez looking pretty good here. He's given up the 1 home run to this man, Josh Bard. Bard a little bit better against lefties than righties, but he was able to get a hold of one earlier. I want to say it was even off of Lopez. Lopez, 414 FIP against right-handers. So a little bit of an anomaly here, but he was facing a left-hander, so a little bit worse. It's going to be even Steven here. 312. This time looks like Lopez is going to get the better of him. 312 against a righty is a fly ball. And that one is hit to right field. Caught in right field again by Gibbons. That's going to be a 3-up, 3-down inning. So a nice quick inning for Baltimore. And Rodrigo Lopez looking good so far on opening day. Baltimore will come to bat, looking to tie things up at least. They've got Jay Gibbons, Tony Bautista, and Marty Cordova coming to the plate. Jay Gibbons, in his first at-bat, popped up to the shortstop. This time, he's got an 859. That's going to be a base hit for Gibbons. And that will be a ground ball down the left field line as he sneaks it past the third baseman. And let's see about our left field. Left fielder is Matt Lawton. He's a -8. Gibbons is a -2. So I'm not inclined. I don't think he's naturally just going to go for 2. So I'll leave him at first. Bad fielder, bad runner. So we'll leave him at first. And it will be Tony Bautista to the plate. Bautista against lefties is a +1. Sabathia a -2. So he's a 1-9 to control the at-bat. And he will. 934 is a pretty good roll. In fact, that's going to be a double. So that is a blooper down the right field line as he gets out in front of it, but he hits it into no man's land. That's going to be a 2-bagger. That'll push the runner to third. Let's see if they want to score with Jay Gibbons. So we have our first to home chart. Gibbons is a -2. Down the right field line is going to be our choice. The right fielder is Kareem Garcia. He's a +1. And our runner is a -2. So that's going to be all on the runner if they tried to score him. So let's not do that. And we got a 2 on. So two runners in scoring position even for Marty Cordova. Marty Cordova against CC Sabathia is going to be a 1-7 for control. This actually will come off his card. 943 against a lefty is a double. So Marty Cordova comes through. And he also hits one off the end of the bat down the right field line, and he's going to double. That's going to bring in both runs. And the Orioles will take a 1-run lead on the Marty Cordova 2-bagger, a little blooper, but it just has to hit in fair territory where no one is. And off of Sabathia, Baltimore strikes. So here in the 4th inning, Baltimore takes a 2-1 lead. Still nobody out, and a runner in scoring position for Geronimo Gil. Gil against lefties is a 0, so he's a 1-8 for control. This comes off the pitcher. 584 against a righty is a strikeout, so Sabathia with his 3rd strikeout. That'll be out number 1. And let's see if Sabathia can climb his way out of this hole. Davy Cruz to the plate. Cruz singled in his last at-bat. He is going to be a 1-11. This off the pitcher. 918, though, is going to be a hit. And the hit is a single. That is a ground ball down the left field line. We'll see if that scores the runner from second. He's definitely going to be pushed to third. He's got a +1 running. So it's a possibility. Second to home, +1. It's all going to be on me. So our left fielder is a -8. We're definitely going to run on Matt Lawton. So it's all going to be on the fielder to throw him out. So let's see, our trail runner. If we throw home, the trail runner is going to advance. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to let that run score. No throw to home. We're going to just throw that into second base. So this guy's going to score. And that's a choice that you can make, is to just not throw home whenever the base runner is going home, once you make that decision. What that does is it keeps Davy Cruz at first base. He was going to advance on a throw, which you can see with the trail runners, who's going to hold, who's going to advance. So if you want to keep that runner out of scoring position, you can. There was not going to be much of a chance to throw out that runner at home anyway. So Jerry Hairston to the plate. Hairston is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. He will be a 1-8 to control the at-bat. 653 against a righty is a strikeout. So Sabathia coming back with the strikeout. That'll be out number 2. And that's going to bring up Gary Matthews. Big inning so far for Baltimore. They've got 3 in and 2 out. 1 already on. Matthews to the plate. This is Lesarge's son. Against lefties, he's a 0. Sabathia -2, so 1-8 for control. 597 against a lefty is a strikeout. So he goes down swinging. And back-to-back Ks. As CC Sabathia strikes out the side. I don't know why I did that. That's not that. 3. He strikes out the side, but gives up 3 runs in the process. A couple doubles, a couple singles, and Baltimore takes a 3-1 lead as we go to the top of the 5th. It is Brandon Phillips, Milton Bradley, and Omar Vizquel against the starter Lopez, who suddenly finds himself with the lead. So Phillips, in his first at-bat, grounded to second base. In this at-bat, he is going to 0-97. He's going to ground out again. 267 is a grounder to second base. It's caught by the second baseman. And possible error on the throw. Second base, we have a 0 error. So 0-48 And that is a bad throw to first base. So we're going to have an E4. And that's never good. So good pick at second base, bad throw as it gets away. And that's going to be an error. That'll bring up Milton Bradley. Bradley a double. Back in the first, strikeout in the second, and Lopez against the left-handed switch hitting. I guess he's hitting left-handed in this at bat. He will be a 1-13 for control. So 739 against a righty is a walk. So that's going to put runners at first and second. The manager, who is it now? Davey Johnson, maybe? Somebody like that. He is eyeing the situation. Omar Vizquel also batting left-handed. He will be a 1-12 to control the at-bat. 264, though. That's going to be a ground ball. No, a fly ball. To left field. Caught in left field. So that'll be out number 1. Who is in on left? That's B.J. Surhoff with the catch. Let's see if there's any advancement on the fly ball. Got runners at first and second, 344. That's going to be my choice. So a deep fly ball to left field. My man here, Milton Bradley, is a -3. I don't think we're going to move him. So Vizquel pokes one out to left, kind of deep left field. But no movement by the runners. 20 is going to come off of Lopez's card. 282 against the lefty is going to be another fly ball. This time out to left and caught. 252, yep, caught in left field. So caught again out there. And let's check the runner advancement again. Now just 2 outs. 296. 296, same thing. It's going to be my choice, so we're going to leave him there. As Matt Lawton goes the other way, pokes it to left, but not deep enough to do anything. That's going to bring up Ellis Burks. Burks is 1 for 2. He struck out in his last at bat. It'll be a 1-8 to control, so that's going to be off the pitcher's card. 891 will be a hit. So let's see what Burks does. 601 against a righty is going to be a single. That is a line drive down the right field line. So pushes all of our runners up. Brandon Phillips is a +3. Can't imagine he's not going to score. +3 down the right field line. Still my choice. Gibbons is a -6. I don't think they're even going to try to make that throw. So we will throw it back into second, keep all the other trail runners from advancing. They'll give up that run. And that's going to be an RBI single for Ellis Burks, who comes through in the clutch. Kareem Garcia to the plate. 5 for Garcia. He's even Steven, so a 303 against a righty is going to be a fly ball. That fly ball goes out to left. Possible error on the left fielder. The left fielder is B.J. Surhoff, a 048. Oh my gosh, that's going to be an error on the left fielder. What a terrible error. 2 errors in the inning. And that will put the runners, that will load the bases. You know, with 2 outs, we should treat that like a single. So a -3. And in left field, he's a 0. Yeah. So bad jump off the bat. He was lollygagging out there. So just a bases loaded situation. And Travis Hafner to the plate. Hafner against Rodrigo Lopez. He lined out in his last at bat. Let's see if Lopez can weasel out of this one. So he's got a 0 and a +1, a 1 to 11. 447. So this will come off Rodrigo Lopez's card. 447 is going to be a liner. That goes to right field and caught in right field. So another line drive hit hard, but right to the fielder. And one run comes in. It's now 3-2, but Cleveland can't come through with the big hit. Let's see where we are on time. All right, Casey Blake to the plate. Then wrong one. Surhoff, Conine, and Gibbons against CC. CC is pitching all right. He's still got the lead, 3-2. I'm sorry, he's down a run now, 3-2. And against Surhoff, he is going to be a 1-9 for control. 869. This is off of Sabathia's card. Oh boy, 972 against a lefty is going to be a double. That is a single that's misplayed in left field and it rolls all the way to the wall. So Surhoff is going to get a 2-bagger. Line drive to left field that the left fielder Matt Lawton misplayed. Lawton, not the best outfielder out there. And did I move that? I don't think so. So Jeff Conine to the plate with a man in scoring position. Opportunity to add to the lead. They already lead 3-2. This is a even Steven between these two. 193 will be a fly ball. That fly ball goes to 994, which will be a pop-up to third. And it's caught at third. So P5, that'll be out number 1. Sabathia seems to be able to get the pop-ups whenever he needs them to avoid major trouble. Jabe Gibbons to the plate. He singled and scored in his last at-bat. He's going to get on base here. It's going to be his control. 482 against a lefty is a liner. That line drive hit to center field. Possible error on the play, 186. The center fielder is a 0, and he's going to make the catch in center. And let's see if there's any advancement. On the line drive with a runner at second, 356 is here. Runner at second, there is no advancement. And now it will be up to Tony Bautista. Bautista against left-handers, just a 193 average, 611 OPS. CC coming in with it. He is a 1-9 to control this at bat. 233 is going to be a grounder. That goes to first base. Picked by the first baseman. And let's see what happens on the play. We got a runner at second. 593 will be a 3 unassisted. So the first baseman takes it to the bag himself, and that's going to extinguish the inning. Good job by Sabathia as he gave up a leadoff double to Surhoff. And we go to the top of the 6th, 3-2. Got a good one going here. March 31st, 2003. This was actually on the first day of the season. Rodrigo Lopez has gone 5. And let's see if he can get through the bottom of the order here. Casey Blake, Josh Bard, and Brandon Phillips. Casey Blake will not control this at bat. A 915, though, is going to be a hit of some sort. 315 off a righty. That's a base hit. A little blooper down the left field line. And that will be hit number 1 for Casey Blake on this young season. As Casey Blake winds up at first base. He is he runs at a +2. Left fielder is going to be a 0. So his throwing is a -2, though. So he's going to take off. He's going to try to get to second base here. It's going to be all on B.J. Surhoff. Surhoff gets there, but he doesn't have a huge arm. So he's got a -2 arm. So 31 to 100, he'll be safe at second with a hustle double. 602, he's in there safely. And he steals a base off of the left fielder Surhoff on that little bloop single. So single to a double. I think I moved that already. Casey Blake winds up at second base. That's the beauty of having good speed. Josh Bard to the plate. Bard already with a home run in this one. And if he gets control, watch out. He's a lefty. So 1 to 10 he controls. This is going to come off of the pitcher's card, so it's a hit. It would have been a home run if it had been off the batter card. 700 though against a righty is still going to be a double as he drills one off the left field wall. And that will be a run scoring double for Josh Bard, who is single-handedly keeping the Indians in this game. So he drives in Casey Blake. It's now tied at 3. Brandon Phillips to the plate. 95 is going to be a grounder. And that grounder goes to second base. Good pick at second base. Let's see about the throw. 470. Second base, 470. Runner at second. That's a 4-3 put out. And the runner is going to advance to third base. So I guess we should check to make sure the throw is okay. It is. And that'll be out number 1. So runner at third with 1 out. Milton Bradley to the plate. Bradley a walk, strikeout, and a double. He is going to be 480. This is off of the pitcher's card. 480 will be a line drive. That goes to right field. Caught in right field. So that'll be out number 2. And let's see how deep it was. Was it deep enough to score the runner? Got a runner at third base, 054. Runner at second base. That's going to be my choice. Oh, sorry, third base. Yeah, still my choice. The runner at third base is a 0, and the right fielder throws it a 0. So that's going to be on the runner to try to score. We're going to go for it. They've been down the whole game. They're going to try to score on this medium line drive. A 0 is here, 211 to 840, about a 60% chance. So we're going to send him from third, 806, and he is just in there safely. Look at that. That is the very last green, and he just gets in ahead of the throw. So that's going to be a sac fly on the line drive to right field. Big chance there. Could have been a double play, but instead they take the lead, and Omar Vizquel to the plate. 4-3 our score. Vizquel against Rodriguez is going to be a 1 to 12 to control. 727 will be a walk, and that's going to be the end of the day for Rodrigo Lopez. Try to give him one more batter to get out of this, but let me go ahead and make a pitching change. All right, so into the game to relieve the starter Lopez is Travis Driscoll. Right-handed pitcher. He can go 11 batters, sort of swingman type. And he is going to face off against Matt Lawton. So Driscoll, perfectly average against Matt Lawton, who is 0 for 3. Lawton is going to be a 1 to 14 to control. 051, though, is going to be a grounder. And that goes to short. It's caught at short. Let's check the play. 352 with a runner on first. And that'll be a 6-3 put out. That's going to end the inning as we go the long way to first. But Cleveland puts up 2 in the top of the 6th inning, and that's going to give them a 4-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th. CC Sabathia all of a sudden with a lead as he goes out against the bottom of the Baltimore order. This is actually the part of the order that's given him the most trouble. He's going to face off against Cordova, Gill, and Davy Cruz. So Sabathia is going to be a 1 to 7 to control. This will be a grounder. That goes to third. Good pick at third. And a good throw. So Casey Blake, another strong throw across the diamond. And that's going to be 1 out here in the 6th. Geronimo Gill to the plate. Gill is 0 for 2. He struck out in his last at-bat. He will control this at-bat. 430 against a lefty is going to be a line drive as he hits this one down to third. 969. All right. He hits this one down to third. Good catch at third base. Good reflexes by Blake. Casey Blake, excellent range, good fielder at third base. 2 down, Davy Cruz to the plate. Cruz is going to be a 1-11 to control. 766. This is off of Sabathia. That's going to be a walk. Never good to take the old 2-out walk. This is probably Sabathia's last inning, so hopefully he can get through Jerry Hairston here. Hairston 0 for 3, struck out in his last at-bat. This will be he's a 1-8 to control. So this comes off of the batter, 292. It's going to be a fly ball out to shortstop. So a little pop up to short, and the catch is made for out number 3. So Sabathia again gets out of it with a little pop-up as he's sawing bats off with that big fastball on the inside corner. And we go to the top of the 7th inning. We'll keep Travis Driscoll in there for the moment. He'll face off against Ellis Burks, Kareem Garcia, and Travis Hafner. This will be a 1-9 for the batter to control. 267 will be a fly ball. That goes out to right field, and possible error on the right fielder. He is a 053. That is going to be an error on the right fielder as he can't handle it. And third error of the game. Must be some wind going on out there. Difficult to handle the ball. And Ellis Burks is aboard for the 3rd time. Got 2 singles. He's now on via the error. Baltimore's got to tighten things up here. Driscoll against Garcia. He is going to be even Steven. So 351 against a right-hander is going to be a line drive. That liner's hit to right field, caught in right field. And let's check the advancement if there is any. Usually at first base, not much going on. 166. 166, runner holds. So shallow fly ball. And that'll bring up Travis Hafner as Kareem Garcia lines out to right. Hafner 0 for 2. He's lined out to right twice. He knows all about that. And that's going to be a 1-9 for control. So off the pitcher, 200 against the lefty will be a fly ball. That fly ball is lifted out to right field. Good catch in right field. And we will see if the runner, I guess we need to see if the runner is going to go. 718, right field. All right, same situation. And now it will be Casey Blake to the plate. Blake with a double his last at bat. Double and a run scored. He is going to be a 1-12 to control. So a 163 off his card is a grounder. And that ball goes to the shortstop. Good pick at short. And let's see what happens on the play. 281 with a runner at first. 6-3 on the putouts. So we go the long way. Nice throw across the diamond for Davy Cruz. And that gets Baltimore out of the 7th. They're still down by 1. It's 4-3. Cleveland over Baltimore. I think we're going to get a new pitcher for Cleveland. So let me bring in the new pitcher. All right, new pitcher for the Indians is going to be Jack Crescent. Right-hander, can go 5 batters. -1 against lefties, -1 against righties. So a little better than average. and he's coming in against the heart of the order, Gary Matthews, B.J. Surhoff, and Jeff Conine. He will get control of the at-bat. This is going to be a 407 against a lefty. That'll be a fly ball. Big fly ball pitcher, 187 to 408. That's about a 22% fly ball percentage. Not including all the hits, but his fly ball percentage overall 30%. 627. That goes out to center field and is caught in center. Good catch there from Milton Bradley, battling the elements on opening day. And it will be B.J. Surhoff to the plate. Surhoff is 2 for 3. He's got a single and a double. He will be a 1 to 12 for control. 486 against the righty is going to be a liner, and that line drive goes to third base. Possible error on Casey Blake. Casey Blake. He's a 0. So 127 is going to be a good catch as he dives and makes a nice catch at third for the L5. Blake's made a couple of good plays over there. And that will bring up Jeff Conine. Conine is 0 for 2 with a walk. This will come off Conine's card. 732 against a righty is a walk. So Conine patiently draws his second walk of the day. And that'll bring up Jake Gibbons to the plate. Gibbons 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Baltimore down 1, looking for a big hit. This might be the one that they're looking for. Crescent a -1. Gibbons a +6 against righties. So that makes him a 1 to 15 for control. 783 is a base hit. So Gibbons with the ground ball into left field. And that will push the runner there to second base. Let's see about advancing. Conine runs at a +2. First to third, +2 into left field. That's going to be on me. Our left fielder is Matt Lawton. He is a -8. I tell you, they're going to press it. And so Jeff Conine with 2 outs is going to be, he's going to make it to third. So he gets to third on the single. The throw comes into second base. And that puts runners at the corners. Did it do that? Let's come out and give a little mound meeting for Jack Crescent, see if he can get out of this jam. This comes off his card, 080. That'll be a ground ball. The grounder goes to short. Possible error on the shortstop. Let's see. The shortstop is Omar. He's a +2. So 1 to 16. That's not going to be an error on him. Let's see what happens on the play. We got runners at the corners. 186 to the shortstop. With runners on the corners. 2 outs. That's going to be a 6-3 put out as he goes the long way. Whoo! And they get out of it. Crescent gets out of it with the ground ball with 2 outs. And Tony Bautista can't come through with the big hit that Baltimore needs. They're still down 4-3 as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Let's get Driscoll out of there. Maybe save him for a rainy day. And we'll change the pitcher for Baltimore. All right, new pitcher is going to be Rick Bauer. Right-hander, can go 7 batters. He is replacing Travis Driscoll, who went an inning and a third. Gave up no hits, no runs. Just the one error on the right fielder. So Josh Bard to the plate. Bard is 2 for 3. He's got a double, a homer. And let's see what kind of damage he can do here. He's a 1 to 10 to control. 806 will come off of the pitcher card. So let's see what Josh Bard can do. It's his day. It's his world. We're all just living in it. 553 against a righty is going to be a single. So that's a ground ball into left field as he bounces it through the left side. Josh Bard now 3 for 4 on the day. Brandon Phillips to the plate. Phillips on with an error and scored later in that inning, but otherwise hasn't hit himself onto base. He's got a couple of ground outs to second base. And he will be a 1-8 to control. So 112 off of Bauer's card. That's a grounder. That's going to go out to second base and is caught by the second baseman. Let's see what happens on the play. 816 will be a 4-6 DP question mark. So we're going to get the 4-6. That's here for 1 out. And now we need to roll off of the DP. So at second base, we have a 0 for Jerry Hairston for his double play rating. And a 0 is here. It's going to be a 541 to 710 for the turn. 362 is not in that range, and so there's no turn of the double play on that. Just have to take the 4-6 fielder's choice. So at first it's going to be Brandon Phillips. They can't turn 2. Good slide at second base. Yeah, that's going to bring up Milton Bradley to the plate. Bradley, what is he? 1 for 2. He had a sac fly in his last at bat. 6-4 Bradley will be control for him. 454. That's going to be a strikeout. No need to even roll. So he strikes out against the right-hander. Bauer trying to get out of this one. He's got a runner at first. 2 outs. Baltimore down by 1. He's trying to keep the score right where it is. Omar Vizquel, 3 walks on the day. He's 0 for 1. He will be a 1-12 to control. 469 against a righty. Is a line drive. That liner goes to left, and it's caught in left, and that will be the 3rd out. So good job out there by B.J. Surhoff fighting that low liner, and that will be all she wrote in the 8th for Cleveland. Cleveland hanging on to a narrow 4-3 lead. On the road, day 1, opening day, 2003. Again, you can purchase this set for just $12 at clarkandaddisongaming.com. If you want to join the Facebook group, you can go to Facebook and look up Clark and Addison Gaming in the Facebook groups. I also have a monthly subscription service that will be coming out soon, so stay tuned to that. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, click on subscribe. Got lots of baseball, lots of basketball, lots of football, all types of games. Tennis is coming, racing game is coming. I have a golf game that's always on the back burner, needs to kind of get to the front burner, and lots of good stuff out there. So go to clarkandaddisongaming.com. Check out all the games that are there. One of the best ways to support me is just buy a season, buy a game. They're almost all of them are PDF. I have a few printed versions of On Base Baseball, which is my original game, and you can check that out as well at the Game Crafter. All right, in the bottom of the 8th inning, it'll be Marty Cordova, Geronimo Gil, and Davy Cruz. Let's get a new pitcher in for Cleveland. All right, new pitcher is going to be Rafael Betancourt. Betancourt, a 0 against lefties, -1 against righties. And he'll face off against Cordova, Gil, and Cruz. Cordova, better against lefties than righties, so we'll see how he does. -1 against both. He is going to get control of this at bat in a 939. Could be trouble for Betancourt. 939 will be a single, and that's going to be a line drive into center field as he wraps one up the middle. So good start here in the 8th inning for Baltimore. They're down by 1 run. They're down 4-3 to the Indians on opening day 2003. This will go to Geronimo Gil, 872 against a righty, also a base hit. And this one is going to be a line drive down the left field line as he gets it just past the 3rd baseman. And moving to second base is going to be Marty Cordova. Let's see if he goes first to 3rd. He is a +1. Down the left field line, he's going to hold as Lawton gets there, cuts it off, and gets it in on time. Brings up Davy Cruz. Betancourt not providing too much relief yet. Davy Cruz is a right-hander. He's a 1-12 to control this at bat. Good against right-handed pitching, but this will come off of the pitcher. 7-13 is a strikeout. Betancourt, that's the one thing he can do, is strike people out. So he gets the K. And that'll bring up Jerry Hairston. So that was a big out. Sets up the possible double play. And Hairston 0 for the day. This will come off Betancourt's card. 6-02. That's going to be another strikeout against Hairston. That's Hairston's second K of the day. Out number 2, that's a big strikeout with Gary Matthews coming to the plate. Matthews against righties is not so good. We'll let him hit anyway. This is going to be a hit off the pitcher card, 950. And a 105 will be a single. That's a ground ball through the box into center field. And let's see if that is going to score the run. We have a +1. Going second to home, +1 into center field is my choice. The center fielder is Milton Bradley. He's a +1. So this is going to be on the runner. They're going to send him. And we got a possible, if he's safe, he's going to be, the game will be tied. Otherwise, he will be out and we'll go to the 9th. So +1 is here, 101 to 840. So about a 75% chance. 105. He slides in just ahead of the throw. Terrific throw from Milton Bradley, but just a shade too late as Marty Cordova gets in on the infield, or the base hit up the middle from Gary Matthews. Matthews ties up the game. He's clapping his face off at second base. Excited about this one. Let's see about the trail runners. Didn't do that part. So we have a throw to home. Trail runner is a 0. And throw to home is my choice. Geronimo Gill is a 0. We'll figure him out first and see if he gets where he's going. So the throw to home, and the catcher's arm is a 3, so he's a -3. We're not going to try that. He's going to stay as the throw goes through. So that'll bring up B.J. Surhoff. Surhoff to the plate, chance to give Baltimore the lead. Betancourt against a lefty is a 0. Surhoff a +3, so it's off Surhoff's card. 694 against a righty is going to be a walk. And things are not looking good for Rafael Betancourt as he loads the bases with 2 outs. And we are going to get a pitching change. I think it's time to bring in Danny Baez. I believe he was probably the closer. So, no relief there for Cleveland as Betancourt goes only 2/3 of an inning. And Danny Baez comes in. And the batter will be Jeff Conine. Conine, the right-hander. So Baez is a 1-9 to control this one. 741. Doesn't sound good, but it is. That's going to be a strikeout. That's pretty high. But Baez, again, I believe he's the closer, so he comes in and shuts things down. But Baltimore ties it up with a run in the bottom of the 8th. So let's go to the top of the 9th inning and get a new pitcher for Baltimore. All right, new pitcher for Baltimore is going to be Kurt Ainsworth. Right-hander, can go 5 batters. -1 against lefties, -2 against righties. And he'll face off against Lawton, Burks, and Garcia. Heart of the order for Cleveland. The righty Ainsworth is going to be a 1-13. Well, 1-13 for the batter. 270, sorry. Against the righty is going to be a fly ball. And that one goes out to center field. No problem in center field for Gary Matthews Jr. as he squeezes it for out number 1. Baltimore looking to hold Cleveland here and get the last at bat in the 9th. Ellis Burks to the plate. Ellis Burks will be a 1-7 to control. So this is off his card. 587 is a strikeout. So Ainsworth with a K off of the batter card. Brings up Kareem Garcia. Kareem Garcia 0 for 4. He did reach on an error. He will be a 1-9 to control. So this comes off his card. 564 against a righty is another strikeout. So Kurt Ainsworth comes in back-to-back Ks, and he shuts down this Indians offense with a 1-2-3 inning. And in fact, he's going to go back and get a +1. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Danny Baez is going to stay in the game. He's at 4, and it's basically just like he's coming in. He got the strikeout to in the 8th. He'll face off against Jay Gibbons, Tony Bautista, and Marty Cordova. Gibbons is a +6 against righties, so tough. But Baez good against lefties, so that knocks him down to a 1-14 to control. 167 will be a grounder. That grounder goes to third base. Good pick at third. And the throw is possibly off the mark. Let's see. Blake is a 0. A 0-20. Oh, his error range starts at a 28. So Casey Blake with a low throw. But they get the out at first. And Gibbons is out number 1. Bottom of the 9th. Tied at 4. Let's see if the Baltimore Orioles have something in it for the home crowd. A 20 is coming off Baez's card. This will be a ground ball. That goes to second base. Good pick at second. And the throw is fine. So, nice job there by Brandon Phillips to get the ball over for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Marty Cordova. Last chance for Baltimore in regulation. 17 will come off of Baez's card. 244 is going to be a ground ball. And that grounder goes to second. Good pick. And Phillips with another good throw. That will end the inning. So 1-2-3 inning for Danny Baez. Going to leave him there for the 1-2-3. And we head to extra innings. So we don't have... we have extra innings here, so we got a few. And let's see how this one goes for Kurt Ainsworth. We'll just leave him in the game. He'll be facing off against Hafner, Blake, and Josh Bard. Josh Bard, the hero of the game so far. This is off Hafner's card. An 83 is going to be a grounder. No way to get around that. 889. That's a grounder to third base. Good pick. And a good throw. So the third baseman is Bautista. He makes a nice play at third to his left. And a strong throw across the diamond. That's out number 1. Casey Blake to the plate. Blake is going to be even Steven with this pitcher. 401. 401 is going to be another strikeout for Kurt Ainsworth, as he's taking care of business in this one. Don't remember Ainsworth being great, but he's pretty good against lefties. Josh Bard to the plate. Bard is going to hit left-handed, so he will be a 1-9 to control. 793 against a lefty is going to be a hit off the pitcher card. 052, that'll be a base knock as he bloops one down the left field line. And that'll be a single for the catcher. What we got in left field? We got a 0 in left field. So not going to run on BJ Surhoff. Brings up Brandon Phillips. Phillips is 0 for the day. He got on via a fielder's choice last time. He'll be a 1-7 to control his at-bat. 480 is going to be another strikeout. Ainsworth with a huge strikeout range against righties. Didn't face too many of them, but did well. So this is going to be extra innings. I guess we get a 0. Ainsworth with a strikeout. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th inning, or the bottom of the 10th. It will be Geronimo Gill, Davy Cruz, and we're just going to run with Danny's Baez as long as he can stay out there. 17, though, this is going to be potentially bad. As Geronimo Gill, he's going to get a hit. Oh, boy, it's an 851. Oh, boy. That is a two-bagger as he hits one off the scoreboard in right field, just barely misses a home run at Canman Yard. Hits it off the wall, the big scoreboard in right, and that'll be the end of the day for Danny Spice. So runner in scoring position, we're going to need a new pitcher here. Who do we got? There's not a lot going on in the bullpen here. Terry Mulholland. Let's go with Jose Santiago. I don't know too much about the old Cleveland 2003 bullpen. But we've got, he is 1 1/3. And I'm going to finish this inning. Don't know if it's going to be over, but I'm going to finish this inning, and that'll be all I got. All right, so Jose Santiago to the plate. We had Davy Cruz standing in. Davy Cruz is the right-handed batter. He'll be a 1-13 to control. 747, just like the airplane. That's going to be a strikeout. He's got a huge strikeout range. So we'll leave him there. Davy Cruz to the plate. Jerry Hairston to the plate. Hairston 0 for the day. He's got a couple of strikeouts. Santiago, 637 against the righty, is going to be a strikeout. So back-to-back Ks. So this is a revelation for the Indians as Santiago comes in with a runner at second base and nobody out. And he's on the cusp of getting out of it. 18, a 0.32 is going to be a grounder. And that goes to the third baseman. Good pick at third. And 5.36 with a runner at second. That will be a 5-3 putout. So across the diamond goes Casey Blake. And after a leadoff double against Danny's Baez, Jose Santiago comes in and puts the fire out. And we are going to go to the 11th inning. So I got to stop right there. Wasn't expecting extra innings this morning, but a good game between Cleveland and Baltimore. I'll probably have to finish this one offline, and I'll keep everybody posted on it. Again, you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com and pick up this game for just $12. You can get the 2003, 2023, or 2024 seasons for Precision Baseball. It is one of the most advanced and complex baseball games for the tabletop, if not the most, and it is right up there with Ballpark and Dynasty League and any other complicated and complex game you can think of. So go and check it out, but you can see that it still has pretty good flow. And once you play it several times, you'll get the hang of everything. And we haven't even touched many of the parts of the game. These are just the basic parts of the game, excuse me, that come in every single time. So go check this out. Again, just $12 at clarkandaddisongaming.com. And if you haven't subscribed, click on subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Sorry about my voice here at the end, but it did hold up. And it's spring here in Chicago, and just the weather starts going nuts, and so do all the allergies. I'm sorry about that. Springtime is great for baseball. It's bad for anybody that lives in the area with, even if you don't have allergies, but allergy sufferers, they have a hard time. So, yeah, go check this out. You'll get thousands of baseball players, all carded, everybody that got into a game, who either got one plate appearance or one total batter faced as a pitcher. So you get every single player, essentially. that got into a game, and you get charts that are specific to that year. You get the ballpark charts, and a full book, about 60 pages for a guidebook. You get all the fielding charts, and again, I'm working on a specialized or a more, I'm calling it a more kinetic fielding system that has a little bit more. I'm thinking about it as bringing the highlight plays together with these fly ball, line drive, ground ball charts. So we're going to kind of combine all these things into one chart reference, so you'll be able to roll off of here. If it's a ground ball, fly ball, line drive, any of the results, you'll make another roll, and then you should have most of the results. And you might have to do some sort of comparison roll, or seeing if it goes past a player's ratings. I'm hoping to bring in more of the foul territory, and also to bring in the wall distances. I'd like to add weather effects, especially as far as temperature, and how that affects fly balls, and maybe we'll have more fly balls at the wall, that kind of thing. Definitely going to have more foul balls, so we'll just kind of re-roll on a foul ball as it goes out of play, and maybe extend some at bats and things like that. So should be some some good things, and hopefully makes it even more realistic than it already is. So stay tuned for that. I'll continue to work on that. Maybe it'll be finished by the end of the season this year. But you'll probably see me testing it out at some point. I'm almost about ready to be done with the fly balls. So I'll post some images of that and let everybody just kind of see what that's going to look like. All right. I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.